It's been a while since I posted here, and what held me back is exactly what I want to talk about today. Hey everyone, welcome back to Everything Music, where we talk everything about music. Perfection is the enemy of creation. If you're a musician, a songwriter, a mixer, or anyone creative, you've probably been here. You find an idea that you're proud of or that you're excited to work on, and then you tweak it, and then you tweak it, and then you tweak it, and it gets nowhere. You go down this rabbit hole trying to perfect every little detail. And before you know it, the excitement fades. The emotion that carries that idea gets buried, and the thing you loved doesn't hit the same anymore. I released a song a couple months back called Liberty with my project Riddles in the Dark. It took me months to finish the project. It was just a single, and it was the intro single of an album called Matters of State and Mind. And the pressure was really high for me because it was gonna be the first single of an album, and it was a piece of music that was gonna be released after a long hiatus, so I wanted it to be really perfect. And when I finally finished it, it felt perfect. I finished the mix and master and delivered it to the stores. And after a while, I've listened to the song again when it was released. And I caught myself thinking that maybe I could have done more. Maybe I could have, shined the top end of the drums a bit more or pushed the limiter just a bit harder. And I've realized that it's never ending. There's always something to tweak. And that's the trap. If I've kept pursuing that last 2% of the tweaks, I would have probably missed the 98% that really mattered. What I've realized is perfection isn't just the enemy of creation, it's also the enemy of completion. You create something and you love it, then you start to tweak it endlessly and you lose it. And in some instances, if you're lucky, you find your way back into it. That happened with Liberty for me, and it took months to get it back to where it was emotionally in the beginning. And if you're a performer, that is really the thing that gets your, creative juices and, performance going. The vocal takes was the main reason why I procrastinated this much and kept delaying and not finishing the project, because if it wasn't going to be perfect, then it was not worth doing, But once I pushed through that, something changed. The second song I worked on the album was a song called Enemy of the State, and it came together way faster than Liberty did. Took me approximately 6 weeks from start to finish. I trusted the process. I trusted my gut. I didn't chase perfect. I chased feeling. And because of that, it felt more honest, more raw, more, alive. There's this thing that happens when you tweak something too much and you make it really perfect. It starts to sound unnatural, like a drum fill that's been perfectly quantized to grid. Technically it's perfect, but emotionally it's flat. If you listen to Led Zeppelin, for example, the drummer John Bonham, in some parts, he really drags out the drums, and I think that's what makes it perfect. It's not exactly on time, it's not perfect, but it is kind of perfect because the feeling is. Same thing with vocals, if you tune them into perfection, it loses something, it loses humanity. The truth is, there are so many elements that could go wrong in a song. I mean, for example, the mic choice, the room, the EQ, the compression on the way in, the mix, the reverb plugins. I mean, so many things. But sometimes the imperfection of those layers coming together is the thing that makes it perfect, that makes the song feel alive and raw and honest and makes you feel something. And perfect art, in my opinion, is the one that makes you feel something. The feeling is the most important thing when you're making art. As artists, our main drive is to make people feel something. You create an idea and then expand on it, and then you try to convey an idea or emotion, and that's probably the most important part. And a lot of times we forget that, but it's important to remember that it's the feeling that conveys the message. So maybe we should stop being so harsh on ourselves. So, if you're sitting on a video, a song, or a mix, or a project, whatever, if you're stopping yourself from finishing it because it might not be perfect, this could be your let it go. Just let it go. Accept that it won't be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But it might be complete, and that complete project could be your magnum opus. In my thought process, I always convince myself that if this is the best song you're gonna write and record and finish, what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, We always try to do better and better and, be as perfect as possible. But I think that's the key part, as perfect as possible. If you've been stuck on that project or that song, on that perfection loop, leave a comment below and tell us what you're working on, and let's talk, let's motivate each other and finish some projects. And if you like this video and would like to see more of it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so we can share this with other musicians and help each other. Until the next one, take care.